Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be putting together a really beautiful Easter bouquet. And these are just some of the items that I've got setting out that I'm going to be using to make this. And in addition to that, I'm also going to be making kind of like a pedestal or a stand to put it on. And that is what I'm going to be using this here for. And so what I decided I wanted to do was to go ahead and make my pedestal first. I don't typically need this to make the bouquet with, but I do feel like that this is going to kind of set the scene for it. So when I'm putting my bouquet together, I would like to go ahead and have this stand already prepared. So we are going to go ahead and start out doing that first. But before I do that, I just want to let you know some of the things that I did pick up to do this DIY with. And I may end up adding some things as I go along, or maybe not using all of this. But, you know, of course, I will let you know as I'm doing it what I am using and what I'm not. And I will also put all of the items that I use in the description box below. Now, I did get 2 packs of this Excelsior, and I'm sure I will not be using both of them, but I did want to go ahead and get an extra pack to use at a later time. I also have some of these really pretty butterfly ornaments, and I would like to incorporate that in my bouquet as well. And then the flowers that I did choose for my bouquet, I actually hauled these on my last Dollar Tree haul, but I got 2 of each kind of flower, and this is the first flower. Then I've got a real pretty little lavender flower here. I got some pink wildflowers. And then I've got these really pretty yellow flowers, which is called crocus. The other ones were just labeled like wildflowers. So those are the flowers that I'm going to be working with. And then I also am going to be using this Easter basket. At first I had thought that I might paint this, but I think I am just going to leave it the purple color. I think that will be very pretty. In addition, I also have some of these blocks of floral foam that I'm going to be using. I have some E6000 glue. And then I also have some brown spray paint, and I will show you that later, that I did pick up at Walmart, and that is what I'm going to be using on my pedestal. All that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to do my pedestal first. Okay, so as with anything, whenever you're using E6000 glue, you do want to make sure that when you glue it, you allow 24 hours for it to glue. So this project may take you a couple of days just so that you can have time to get this to dry. Now, while this is drying, you can go ahead and start on your bouquet and putting that together. That's perfectly fine. But I'm just going to go ahead right now and glue this on. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my clear glass plate and flip it over, and you want to find the center of that. Now, this glass and the plate did, of course, come from Dollar Tree. Everything but my glue and paint pretty much did. And you're going to find the center of your plate and where you want it to be. Now, you can mark this if you want to, or you can just eyeball it. And, you know, I'm one of these people that likes to eyeball my stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And, you know, if it's off just a little bit, it's not going to be noticeable. I think it's going to be sturdy enough to where it's not going to cause a problem. So what I'm going to do, you just want to make sure you wash your plate, get it really nice cleaned off so that there's no debris or anything on it. And I'm going to put my glue around the bottom of this glass. And these glasses are pretty flat on the bottom, so you don't have to worry about it not being able to stick to your plate. And I like it because this is a very heavy glass and very sturdy. Okay, and then I'm just going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to place that right in the center. So I'm just going to let it sit like that for 24 hours, and then I'm going to come back and spray paint that with my brown spray paint. Okay, so now my plate is completely dried with the E6000 glue, and I am going to take it outside and spray paint it. And the spray paint that I am going to be using is this Rust-Oleum multicolor texture. And I wanted to do a brown because I wanted to cover this up, but I also want to give my project a little bit of height, and I think it will enhance it, but I don't want it to take away from the flower arrangement that I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and get this spray painted and let that dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on my flower arrangement. Okay, so this is what my little pedestal looks like now that I have finished spray painting it. You will see that there's some edges that are a little bit darker. What had happened was when I spray painted this, I tried to do it in the morning time, and it was just way too cold and windy, and a lot of my paint ended up running. So I had to take paper towels to wipe it all off and start over again, and so it ended up leaving some areas a little bit darker than others, and I probably could have put another coat on here, but overall I still think it's okay because the look that I'm going for is rustic and outdoorsy, woodsy, kind of like old looking. And so, you know, it not being perfect actually I think just kind of adds to what I'm going for here. But just to kind of let you see with this paint the texture that you get with it. And so it almost kind of looks like some kind of metal piece or a piece that maybe have gotten a little bit rusted or something. And what I ended up doing also is I was going to leave my basket purple, but instead I painted it as well. You can still see a little bit of the purple in it, and that's fine because it's not that big of a deal. What I like about having this to set up on a pedestal is that you can put things on your table around the base of this to continue decorating, and you'll see once I get all this put together just how beautiful this is going to be. And I like to elevate a lot of my decorations because it does give it more of a three-dimensional look, and like I said, it just makes more space for other decor. So anyway, this is what I consider the dirty work, getting your stuff prepped. So the dirty work for this is done. I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to start working on my flowers in just a minute. All right, y'all, so now the fun part begins. I'm going to go ahead and start to fill my basket. I do have my little foam blocks here that I'm going to be using. You can see how they come apart. You get them in a pack at the Dollar Tree like this. So I did get 2 of those. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to line my basket first with some of this green Excelsior. And then I'm going to put my foam down in the center of that and just work from there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to start with this for right now. I'm going to have to cut one of these, and I'm just going to trim a little bit off of it to make it a little bit thinner so I can get it down in here, because I do want to get these to be packed pretty tight. And then I think I'm going to try and put some little square pieces here just because I want to get this completely filled up. Alright, so that's pretty nice and packed up in there. And then I'm just going to take the rest of this and just kind of tuck it in around it. I don't really want to put it on top just yet because I am going to have room to put my flowers. And I can always fill in those spaces a little bit later. Okay, so I'm going to start off with one bundle of each one of these, and I am going to go ahead and start clipping these off at the base. So now I'm just going to start placing my flowers where I think that they will look pretty. Okay, so I've got some room to put a few more in here. I want to make this look really full. Now I'm saving this little spot here, and you will see why I'm going to do that in just a little bit. Okay, so the reason I left this little hole in here is because I want to insert this little thing here. I made this last year, and I will insert a iCard in the video, as well as put the link in the description box below if you want to make you one of these. But this was just a cute little bunny butt. The little bunny crawling over like into a little flower pot. So I just thought that would be really cute to incorporate into my little flower arrangement here. And I am just going to set the pot in here just like this. You could always secure it with a little bit of glue if you want to, but I don't know that I want to keep him in there. I might want to move him around and, you know, put him in some other decor pieces later on. But I think it looks really cute in this flower arrangement. And so I'm definitely going to put him in there. So I just think it looks really cute. And, you know, this is supposed to be a, for me anyway, I want it to look like something that's just sitting outside at the corner of an old fence somewhere, and, you know, just some stuff somebody threw over into a corner like a little basket. Wildflowers started growing out of it, and cute little bunny just, you know, got caught playing in the flowers. All right, so anyway, this is what it looks like, and then I am going to put it on the pedestal. And I really like having these skewers here because I can always add things to them and stick them in here. And what I am going to do is I am going to put the butterflies on the skewer. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to wrap the wire around here. You can turn your butterfly if you want it to look like it's flying off somewhere. And I want to stick it down far enough to where the stick here isn't going to be the main thing that you're looking at. So I found these little things here and just decided I would stick them in there to see what they look like. I'm not really sure if I like those or not. Y'all let me know. Do you think that it looks better with or without those? For the time being, I'm going to go ahead and leave them on here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put me a couple more of the butterflies on. I want to do one of each color. Here is my reindeer moss. I'm going to see what it looks like to put some around here. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. I think that I really like having the pussy willows in the back, and I like the butterflies. I think that they really just make this. Sometimes after you get the flowers in, it's like the little touches that you add to it is what makes all the difference. And like I said, if you want to make you one of these cute little bunnies, you can click in the link in my description box below for that video to see how I did that. And as far as like the base of this, you don't really have to have a base. You could just use a regular plate. But I like this because what I'm going to do is I am going to put some decorations on the table underneath this. I have a little hedgehog that I think I'm going to put down on the bottom. You can also have this setting, just add some more greenery around it if you want to. Just, you know, you've got so many different options, but I do like the fact that it is elevated and that you have an opportunity to add more decor around it. So anyway, I'm super pleased with this project. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.